Hi everyone. I hope everybody are doing good. In the last video, we have discussed about DevOps lifecycle. And in this video, we are going to discuss about the concept called as continuous integration, continuous deployment, and continuous delivery. And first, we are going to discuss about the term called as continuous integration. In the name itself is going to say that integrating a set of components, which is a continuous integration. And the short form we are going to say is a CI. So I'm going to take a sample example of infrastructure for automating this stage, which is a normal typical deployment. And I'm going to start with a developer who pushes the code into the remote repository. You may take as a GitHub. But before I'm going to tell you, for making this all the continuous integration, we're going to use a tool called as a Jenkins, or you can use Azure DevOps, you can use Circle CI, you can use GitLab or other tools. It's up to you. And we have a n number of tools are available in the market. But the culture is same. What is the culture? I'm going to tell you. So in this continuous integration, you are going to integrate your continuous CI tool with a targeted repository, which is a remote repository. So it's going to watch your remote repository 24/7. Oh, that's a Jenkins. So Jenkins is going to watch your repository 24/7. And is there a small commit is from developer? It is going to take the code and it is going to build it, which is human understandable to a computer understandable, and it is going to test it, and it is going to scan it for vulnerabilities, and it's going to make it as a package and pushing into the artifact repository to keep or store your all artifact. By integrating all these stages together from one tool, which is a Jenkins, we call as continuous integration. So let's example, developer has commit the code into the remote repository. What Jenkins is do, it is going to take the source code and it is going to build it and it is going to test it, it is going to scan it, and it is going to prepare your build to package it, and it's going to send that artifact, whether it is a jar, var, EAR, or any zip file, to the artifact repository. And it's going to happen continuously. That's what we call as a continuous integration. So these components all comes under the term called as a continuous integration. And I hope it is clear for all about continuous integration. And now we are going to discuss about continuous deployment. Usually in organizations, we have a number of environments. Here I am going to take up 3 environments which is majorly used in the real time, which is a development environment, and it is testing environment, and it is a production environment. So the continuous integration is done. You are going to see the results by deploying into any one of the targeted environment. So I'm going to take example of development. So the CI part is done. You're going, whatever artifact you have created, it push it into the remote repository, which is artifact repository. You're going to get that artifact, deploy into the development environment automatically. So once the development environment deployment is done, you're satisfied with the results, it is going to automatically deploy into the UAT, which is a testing environment. So once the testers or testing team has done the testing and they passed all the test cases has been passed and everything is fine, you are going to deploy into production environment, which is automatically through this Jenkins tool. That is a production deployment. So once you are deployed into production environment, whoever users are there, they are going to access your website from the production environment. And what about these 2 environments? You are not going to expose these 2 environments to the end user. These 2 environments are with you only. It is going to be with you and your users for testing and for development stage, development purpose. So that's what we call as continuous deployment, which means you're deploying to the target environment continuously. And so let's example today, I have create a commit. So Jenkins is going to take the code and deploy, it's going to build it and it's going to test it, scan it, and make a package, and it is sending into the artifact repository. Again, it is going to take the same artifact, deploying to the development environment and testing environment and deploying into production environment. But this 3 environment deployment it is going to be deployed automatically, and it's when you're satisfied. So you need to be deployed as per your chosen environments. So what about the continuous delivery? So CI part is same for continuous delivery and deployment, but in a continuous delivery, you are going to deploy directly into the production environment from here. which means, let's say example, we have whatever stages that we have discussed about the CI is same for develop continuous delivery too. But you're not going to pass into development environment first. You're not going to pass into testing because of you're directly deploying into the production environment, which is available for the user. But as per the DevOps standards and as per DevOps standards, it is not a good practice because of you're not checking how your website is going to be behave in terms of testing or in terms of how your website is going to be handle the users request and response, but directly you're deploying into the production environment. That's not a best practice. And once you're deploying to the deployment deploying to production environment, you are going to get the feedback from the user or any set of the people. From here, developer again is going to make a changes as per the recent feedbacks. So once you get the feedback, he's going to change it and is going to push the source code into remote repository. Again, he's going to build. All these stages are going to be happen automatically. That's where we called as a continuous integration and continuous deployment for all the set of target environment and continuous delivery for only target environment of productions. I hope it is clear for everyone. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop in comment sections, and please like this video and share it and subscribe it to my channel. And thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe.